The assembly is about bringing somebody into the room that we wouldn't necessarily get an opportunity to meet. Tonight we have Jeanette Epps, who's going to the International Space Station in February 2024. We wouldn't get a chance to meet those people in our everyday lives, and so I think that's probably the most important connect here. Is our job is bringing people that we know, people that we love, old friendships, into a room to hear a really interesting story.
You have to become comfortable with being a little bit uncomfortable. Like living underwater at 50 feet, we're at 2.5 atmospheres, our blood is saturated with nitrogen. So living under there, you can't just leave, otherwise you will likely die of an embolism. And so we practice this so that when we get to the real day, it's easy.
This was probably one of the most accomplished, inspiring, hardworking, dedicated women I've ever had the pleasure to meet. But the humility that came through was just inspiring. What really came across to me was that without humility, as a member of a team, you're not going to be able to make the most of an exploration mindset.
When you've gone through really, really difficult times together, you sort of can build in an esprit de corps or a real togetherness. And I think it's those tough times actually make rather than break teams, as long as you've got the right constituent parts.
But it's not just about exploring the world and seeing things. I really do think that it's also about finding out who you are and pushing the boundaries, going to do just things that would expand who you are. Everything's hard until you learn it. So get in there and learn everything that you can.
When you have a setback in life, the first thing to do is to look to blame others rather than look at how things can actually be improved upon by yourself. One of the things that Jeanette said when she actually got refused and taken off a flight was that I internalized a lot. I sought the support of friends and family. And for me, when you start to think about that, it's how do we actually react and be proactive rather than reactive. So a great key takeaway is how do we react in adverse times?